GameStop. Now, before you click the down like button, because I anticipate getting 98% down likes, absolutely fine. If you watch to the end of the video, I'll tell you what happens when you click the down like, but you're now going to get a full analysis on the chart, on the stock rather, to see if you can actually make money from this. So do yourself a favor. Doesn't bother me whether you tap the up like or down like or even watch this video. It's not designed for that. It's designed just for me to know I've done the right thing. Now the rest is up to you. GameStop, ticker symbol GME. Let's see if there really is a case right now for making money with GameStop. Is it all over? Is there an opportunity to make money from this, or are investors and gamblers and speculators moving out of the stock and moving into guaranteed businesses which have really great fundamentals? Well, we've got some evidence to suggest that is the case. Let me share with you my thoughts, and let's discuss to see if GameStop actually can make you money, or is it going to go to zero, or are you going to go to zero? So let's have a quick look at it. First of all, here is the GameStop chart today. It's down 11.25%. Now, as you know, I'm not very optimistic with GameStop. I think Roaring Kitty and those that are speculating on it have ruined the business. I'm trying to get a response from the CEO of GameStop, as they're just down the road from me. I want to get a reaction and speak to them, but I believe from what I'm hearing is all the trading that's been done and all the publicity around all of this meme stock craze has completely damaged the business. It's uncredible. Nobody really wants to buy this as a going concern, more of a scalp trading playground for speculators. But let's have a look. As you can see, today it's down 11%. In contrast, businesses that are fundamentally making money today, look at this. I started with $5,000 and my main account is at 71.25, and I'm about to hit $100,000. I started with 5,000, no options, no shorting, no gambling, no speculating. We're just 2,700 away from $100,000. Can you believe it? So businesses today that are actually making money are really making money. We are in a very, very strong bull market right now. However, if we look at the fear factor, this is important to show you how much more is left in this market. I have said 8% this year in the S&P, just this year, but I've got a price target of 625. So we've got a long way to go, and that's VOO, the ticker symbol VOO. Look at the fear index. We are still in fear. The overall market hasn't yet really started to take off, and yet we're absolutely exploding. Now, the reason for mentioning this, of course, is if lots of these major top 500 businesses are doing so well, why, if there's any value in GameStop, would it be going down? Well, I think for that very reason that this time round it's not going to work. This time round, the SEC has made regulations to stop it happening again. Robinhood haven't halted trading. They're not going to protect you. If you want to gamble and lose your money, then you're free to do it. That's the only reason why it exists. Halting the markets is a regulation set out by the SEC to protect you from yourselves. It's not there to protect hedge funders or whatever, as a lot of people will tell you who have no financial fundamental knowledge whatsoever, just people on YouTube who want to inspire a volatile gambling community. However, if we look at GameStop today and look at the valuation, it's overvalued now by 73%. There's no fundamental value. Its credibility is lost with institutions. I mean, who would want to be an investor with this when one of the largest investors is Roaring Kitty, a guy who's purely for entertainment purposes only and self-indulgence of his own benefit? Why would anyone want to get involved in that? Why anyone? And real money is not going to put itself behind that. I mean, would you? Well, some of you probably would, but I don't feel that's a very good investment. Anyway, 73% is overvalued. Best case scenario, 63%. Worst case scenario, 77%. So as we can see, there's no valuation here whatsoever. We've got revenue declining. It's going down and will continue to decline. I've always said that GameStop won't go to zero in the near term, but in the short term, but in the mid to long term, it's most certainly could, because the business is being destroyed. All credibility is gone, and it's going to turn into a Bed Bath & Beyond before we know it, and becoming a skating alley or whatever. All the buildings will be turned into something else. Anyway, operating income up 16% on the most recent range, but then going down again, and you can see how bad it's been. Net income up 272% on the most recent range, but that's a one-off. We're expecting it to go straight back down again. So again, Roaring Kitty's jumped on some news, but it's a temporary news solution to go straight back down again. Operating cash flow, it's losing money. It's losing money. It can't continue like this. Investing cash flow, 163 million. Financing cash flow, negative. It's up slightly, but again, expecting to go down again. What have we got now? 2.6 billion in assets. 1 billion in cash. Now, we've often said this: a business is not a business because it holds cash. It can make its balance sheet look more exciting than it really is. If I have a $10 and I have no liabilities, no expenses, my balance sheet looks amazing. I've got all this cash, $10. It doesn't mean a great deal. What's important is getting money and turning it into more money. People often feel if they go on Shark Tank or Dragon's Den in the UK, if some big rich investor gives them money, they'll be successful. It doesn't work that way. You can make money from yourself. You don't need money to build a business. You just build it from itself. Start off small by selling lemonade on the corner of a street, and put the profits in, and then buy some more lemonade, and off you go. So this business is basically just holding a pile of cash. Well, that's great, and all it's doing is earning interest. It's not really doing any business in its shops, and that's going to decrease. And when rates come down, it won't be earning as much money as it is now. But right now, $1.1 billion with a 5, 6, 7% interest rate is doing quite well. But that's not a business. That's just a private investment. It's just a bank. That's not something to invest in. You can do that with your own money. Liabilities, long-term debt, 14.9 million. So the debt isn't excessive, but really all it's doing is holding cash. So the balance sheet is okay, but it's not doing anything. Gross margin, 25%. You need to compare it to the rest, and you'll realize it's actually not that good. Operating margin is negative. FCF margin is negative. ROIC is negative. ROIC is negative. A lot of negative numbers here. We can see the share price and the cash flow analysis, all negative, all going lower. Profitability, 31, primarily being made from the cash, hence the 77 solvency. So 77% looks great, but like I said, if you hold $10 in cash and you don't do anything with your money and you have no bills or expenses, your balance sheet looks great. They're not going to go bust in the short term, but in the long term, when all this settles down and it's all just goes back to normal again, where's the money coming from? Where's the business? There's no business. So that's good. But only, as I've explained, there's no real fundamental behind it. And profitability, 31. Essentially, we're earning money from cash flow, as Stacey Bailey likes to point out in the chat. Cash flow. We're basically earning interest, free money. Well, that's not a business. I don't invest in that. I can put my own money and earn 6% from my own money. I don't need to give it to you, hoping that Roaring Kitty won't destroy it just so you make interest. I mean, that's not a business. I mean, what is that? It's nothing. Wall Street, now they say 79% worst case scenario down. On average, Wall Street say 64% down, and at best 48% down. Very rarely you'll see Wall Street just give all across the board down. There's no positive sentiment here whatsoever. I don't know what the point of investing in this would be. Insiders are even selling it as well. Insiders are dumping the stock. Have been buying back a tiny bit to get some headlines, but really the story is massive selling has been going on with the company. We've got a short interest now of 29. The short interest has dramatically decreased. So short squeeze is not on the cards anymore. Volume is gone, not enough volume. I mean, anything over 20% is excessive, but when GameStop squeezed last time, it was over 100%. We're now 29. The short interest has gone. There's nothing in it now. Now it's coming down to fundamentals and the business, and there isn't any business. There isn't any fundamentals. We've got some news just out. Let's have a quick listen into this. This has just come out, some latest headlines. Let's have a listen in.
About an hour away from GameStop's second attempt at an annual meeting. Our Kate Rooney's been tracking that action and joins us with more. Morning, Kate.
Hey, Carl. Yeah, so this is GameStop's second attempt at an annual meeting. The last one was derailed after online shareholder demand crashed the website. It kicks off around 12:30 Eastern.
Exactly my point of what I just said about all the craziness has destroyed the business. The whole business now is being laughed at and looked at as negatively when it comes to real investors with real money. And if you as a publicly traded company, you are obliged to do certain things, meet certain conditions, do certain filings. This is the second time they've tried to present this. And it's done, as you heard, due to the website crashing and people getting too much going on with the stock. It's just a merry-go-round of craziness. And as you can see, as I've shown you, you can make money easily on the stock market today without any risking of gambling or shorting or options. I'm doing it, and I'm sure you're all smarter than I am.
Last meeting back in 2023 took only about 15 minutes, and there was a statement from CEO Ryan Cohen, so we could hear from him again today, and we may get some more details on how this company plans to deploy its new cash pile. So the video game retailer has been taking advantage of this meme stock rally, issuing more shares, bringing in about $2 billion in that last round, and then shares, of course.
And of course, what that actually means is by everybody that's been buying the stock, all you've done is given the company the opportunity to devalue the company, take more money for themselves to put into the business, then the stock price goes down. You've just basically donated your money to Roaring Kitty, who owns a big portion of this company now, Ryan Cohen. What have you got out of it? Sod all. Yeah, the stock's gone back down and ain't nothing you can do because the business doesn't make any money. The only benefits are those on the board. There's no good pumping a stock just so it dilutes, as we've seen Virgin Galactic today. That doesn't benefit anybody other than the directors, not you, the shareholder.
Have been wildly volatile as the now famous online booster of the stock. Keith Gill, aka Roaring Kitty, got back on social media. His posts have really sparked this rally we've seen in recent months, but his live stream recently also failed to deliver any real updates or news about the company or his strategy. He does appear now to be the fourth largest shareholder in GameStop. That was after posting a screenshot of his E-Trade account showing he now holds more than 9 million shares. He does appear to have sold his call options that were set to expire this week. The latest on GameStop's financials came from earnings. It disclosed a 29% drop in sales. So far, no real sign of any sort of operational turnaround, guys. Back to you.
Meantime,
there you go.
Annual meetings are about an hour.
So as I've just explained, all we're getting is a worsening story. The only benefit has been Roaring Kitty. When I came on and spoke about this, I said, be careful, guys. The only people who are going to win out of this is Roaring Kitty. And I took a lot of hit for that. But I do things differently here on this channel. I decided 3 years ago that this channel is not about getting subscribers, not about trying to side up with a cult or a very passionate sect of people, whether it's gambling, whether it's extremely religious on something. I've had people saying they're praying to God, God's going to help them trade and all the rest of it. And, all these kind of things. This channel is not about that. It's not about giving you the good news that you want or telling you that you're all going to get rich when you're not, just because if we all do it together, we might be able to do it. Well, I don't need your subscription. I don't need you as a member to the channel. I want just to be known to be the guy who gives you the facts so you can earn money and know that you're receiving the right information. What you do with it is up to you, but I'm not here to try to appease everybody. Even the mainstream channels, mainstream TV channels, they flip-flop backwards and forwards trying to keep your vote. Don't want to upset anybody. Well, I've made the decision from the very beginning My channel is not about trying to side up with everybody and agree with everyone just so everyone watches me and I make money out of you watching me. That isn't what I'm doing. So judge me on my results. There's my portfolio. We're about to hit $100,000, 97.2, 6A, all from $5,000. No options, no shorts, no crazy gambling, no volatility. So if you are looking at GameStop today and you're thinking this is how I want to get rich quick, I'm just going to give you an alternative view. You can do that if you want to, and the chances are 99% you will lose all your money and Roaring Kitty will take it all along with Ryan Cohen and a couple of others. Or you could just invest, buy great businesses that you can own and never sell, and you will definitely become a millionaire if you follow the steps that I do. I will be a millionaire on this show from $5,000 in 6 years, between 6 and 9 years, and 100,000 within the next sort of 10 days or so. And bar a big crash, which I don't expect. But of course, if there is, I'll just buy more on the way down at the right level, of course. So there we go. Is GameStop right for you? I don't see it's right for anyone other than a handful of people. It's certainly not right for 99% of anybody else. And the chances are you are going to lose all your money. I wish everybody the best. I presented to you the facts. What's going on? The numbers mean something. A lot of people have messaged me online and said the numbers aren't important. Balance sheets aren't important. They use phrases that aren't even real financial phrases. They're just made up. When this video comes out, I will get 98% or thereabouts down likes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only on these GameStop videos that I get that. But just know, if you do and if you have down-liked the video, it makes no difference whatsoever. It only means YouTube won't show you my content, and that's fine. I don't care whether you hear my content or not. But if you don't hear my content, you're only hearing what everyone's who stands to benefit is saying to you. And if you'd rather live in that world, then that's fine, but you won't get to hear the facts about the stock. And that's up to you. It's not me who's losing my money. It's you. I keep making money. So there you go. Down like as much as you want. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. And over here, I'll put the GameStop videos, the playlist, all the information. And we've got some charts as well, so you can trade it and make money from it if you want to do that as well. And I'll put another playlist of perhaps Sensei's chart list down here. So there you go. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.